Educative, informative, entertaining. Emirate Radio, 98.5 FM, the voice Feel the clarity, feel the connection. Emirate Radio, 98.5 FM.
It's midday. This is Emirate Radio 98.5 FM, the voice of the people. Here is the Global News Hour, read by Alimah Abdulsalam. First, the highlight. Tax reform chairs says KPMG misread Nigerians' new tax law. US allies launch major airstrike on Islamic State targets in Syria. Osimhen backs Eagles to deliver despite Morocco's challenge. Now the news in details. The chairman of the Nigerian Tax Forum Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, has criticized a recent KPMG contrary on the new tax law, saying it failed to properly situate the reform within the government broader facial and economic objective. He argued that several issues labeled by the firm as error, gaps or omissions were based on incorrect conclusion and incomplete understanding of the reform or a lack of appreciation of the underlying policy content. He cautioned that disagreement with policy direction should not be framed as technical mistake, noting that other professional firms are taking a more constructive approach by engaging directly with policymakers for clarification and mutual learning. Oyedele emphasized that the tax law contained deliberate policy choices aimed at achieving specific reform goals, which should be clearly distinguished from advisory recommendation addressing concern about the taxation of shares. In another bit, the United Central Command has confirmed that the United States and its allies have carried out major airstrike on Islamic State targets in Syria. The strike were occurred by President Donald Trump on Saturday under Operation Hercules Strike in response to a deadly attack on U.S. force on December 13th. CENTCOM stated that the operation was aimed at fighting terrorism and protecting U.S. and allied troops, warning that attack on American forces will be met with firm retaliation. More than 90 precision weapons were fired at over 35 IS targets involving more than 20 aircraft, including US and Jordanian fighter jets and drones. The military had not disclosed the locations for the strike or casualty figures. Operation Hercules Strike began in December after an IS ambush in Plania killed 2 US soldiers and a civilian interpreter. Despite being weakened, Islamic State remains active in part of Syria. You're listening to the Global News Hour from Emirate Radio 98.5 FM, the voice of the people. Welcome back. Fresh protests broke out across Iran overnight as demonstration defied a nationwide internet shutdown, with rights group warning of a deadly security crackdown. The unrest initially triggered by rising living costs has widened into a direct challenge to Iran's critical leadership and has continued for nearly 2 weeks, despite the tightened restriction on communication and movement. The US-based human rights activist news agency said it has confirmed at least 116 deaths linked to the protest, including 37 members of the security forces or other officials. Iran's Interior Minister Erkan Mounini told state television late Saturday that the incidents of vandalism were declined, warning that those who led the protest towards destruction, chaos and terrorism act do not let the people's voice be heard. From the sports room, Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has warned that the Nigerians African Cup of Nations semi-final clash against host nation Morocco will be a tough test, even as he expressed confidence in his team's ability to raise the occasion. Speaking after Nigerians' 2-0 victory over Algeria in the quarter-finals, the forward said the team's focused on taking the tournament one match at a time, stressing that the challenge ahead would not be easy, but insisting he believes strongly in the quality and determination within the squad. Osimhen, who had scored 3 goals so far in the competition, will be hoping to add to his tally on Wednesday. He, however, reiterated his commitment to delivering the AFCON title, saying the players remain focused on reaching the final and finishing the job for the country. That would be all on the Emirate News Hour. Here again are the highlights. Tax reform chair says KPMG misread Nigerians' new tax law. US Army launched major airstrike on Islamic State targets in Syria. Osimhen backs Eagle to deliver despite Morocco challenge. Emirate News Hour was compiled by Omotolani Dari and read to you by Alimah Abdulsalam. For updates on interaction, follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram and YouTube, or visit our website on www.emirateradio.ng. Thanks for listening.